Yeah, also guys, welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be breaking down gold. And first of all, before we head over to our trend line charts, I want to take a look at the structure. Now, we have this structure over here. We're talking about these 4-hour structures. We had this one that started over here, had this high, this low, have this high. Now, this is not a normal retracement of gold. If you look over here, trend goes up for some time, so their movement goals we make on the 4, especially on the 4-hour time frame, we know that this is a normal retracement. If you look at the retracements over here, you see it is clean. This one over here is clean. You know that is a retracement. But what we've been seeing here since Monday, this is not actually a normal market. It's a market that is like waiting for something to happen before it moves, because there is no volume. All right, there's no volume. These candles are not healthy candles. All right, they are not healthy candles. This has been happening since Monday. So we did take a trade somewhere here in our private community, and it hit us, then went back, then came back again, gave us a sell opportunity, but we did not stay in that trade for a very long time. Then we then reversed back to a buy position. Why? Because of this structure and some setup he gave me here on the 1-hour time frame. Now I'm not going to be going into that, but the thing is, we are still bullish, but uh gold is behaving like the price action here is behaving. This is what normally happens when markets is waiting for something, and it's been a while. We actually saw this on the gold chart. If you go back all the way to April, the last time we saw something similar was around this area over here. All right, this is what we saw, that similar kind of unhealthy candle. So we, I strongly believe it is what is happening in the between Israel and Iran, because since Monday that this whole thing intensified, we have seen gold, kind of not really, giving the normal vibe it does. So, but that being said, um, yeah, that is trading. Sometimes the markets just behave, in ways you might not really understand, but you just have to stick to what you know. So the question now is, what do we know using technicals? What could actually happen to gold, or what is gold trying to do? So one thing I also saw with gold is that um, don't worry, I'll still head over to the trend line chart, but I just want to show something here. Now, one thing I also saw this morning was that we had this break of this wedge on gold. All right, we had a huge break here. This was actually a very huge bearish candle. On the 1-hour time frame, there was clean favor early gap, telling us that this is actually a break of a wedge. But during London, price, reverse came back here, which I feel and I believe it has to do with what is happening, the war between Israel. So it's like they are waiting for something to decide where gold is going to go. All right, but on the larger time frame, we are still bullish. So if we happen to maybe um have a confirmed breakout of this wedge, then gold might, retrace. We might see gold retrace to the next psychological level. Let me just head over to the trend line chart so that I can show you that, because that is where things are a little bit clearer. So this over here is a trend line, is the line chart, and as you can see over here, these are psychological levels and our trend line. So this is a trend line. This is a trend line. I have like two of them over here. So you can see that we are just range. We've been ranging since Monday. This is actually not a healthy movement, to be honest. But showing you that bullish structure, we are still within this bullish structure. So worst case scenario, if gold decide to dump, is that gold might just come down to either the psychological level and continue the movement upwards, or it will come and tap this trend line and continue the movement upward. So if you're in a buy position right now, your stop loss should just be below the swing low over here. So if it takes you out, then you will have to wait for gold to come down to this level or to this level before you can take a buy position. But I don't see gold crashing, all right, because I already told we just broke out of this particular long-term consolidation. So this for me is more like, it's more like just a breakout retest, then kind of continuation stuff. So that is basically what I see gold doing? So gold is still bullish, but currently we gold is actually, this is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to say is that gold is waiting for certain news to move, because this movement here, there is no volume, market has not been moving. It's 1 hour before market closed. During the New York session, gold just stalled, like was not moving. So let's see how it goes in the coming days. This is Friday already, so let's see how it goes from next week. But those two movements is what I'm expecting. If gold fail to hold onto this particular trend line over here, price either comes back to this psychological level and pump, or price come down to this trend line and pump. So that is the update for gold, guys. Do have a lovely trading week ahead. Bye.